The Red Dirt D&D podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser-cut dice towers, tokens, and more developed by a gamer for gamers and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts.
Why, hello there. I do not believe we've had the pleasure of being introduced before. My name is Poppy Tealeaf, and I am just so pleased to meet you today. You know, when my friends and I set out on this expedition, I knew my life would change, but I didn't quite know it would change this much. I definitely didn't expect the adventures that we would have. And I'm just so glad that you decided to come along for the ride with us. I'm always looking to make new friends, so if you could just do me a big ol' heaping helping favor and recommend us to your friends, leave us a rating, or give us a review on Apple Podcasts, I would be so eternally grateful. I really would. And Wildfire would as well. So, from me and Wildfire, thank you so much for listening to our tales from the Caliban frontier and being a part of our lives. We do so appreciate it.
Welcome to Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Gideon Block, a paladin with a tragic past.
I'm Kiri Hester, and I play Poppy Tealeaf, a highborn halfling druid searching for a new life.
I'm Johnny Payne, and I play Zonimus Dinar, a half-elf rogue with a past he can't seem to escape.
I'm Brooke Bullock, and I play Coughran Stoneshaper, a young dwarf sorcerer setting out to understand his own arcane gifts.
And I'm Ash King, your dungeon master. Join us now for Tales from the Caliban Frontier. The hot desert sun of the Caliban Frontier once more beats down hard upon your heads as the sound of gunfire and the screeches of these Harpies fill the air. You had been on a rescue mission, riding hard for a local rock formation known as the Pillars, when charging from the path ahead of you was this cute, adorable little jackalope being hunted by a group of 5 Harpies. So far, you have managed to fell 2 of these ferocious creatures. There are 3 that remain. And first up would technically be our little jackalope friend, but this creature is currently hiding underneath your wagon and is refusing to come out until the screeching and the gunfire stops. So we will roll right into Zonimus.
That's me.
You're up.
The one that did the fly that hit me, is it right in front of me?
Yes, like it didn't like fly by, like it literally just has kind of landed and like is trying to scrabble with you.
Okay, great. I will shoot it.
Okay.
For 26.
That will hit.
And then there's no one else around it but me. So 4 points.
Okay.
And then I will see how well I can do stabbing it.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Okay, yeah, you miss. Whiff completely. You get feathers. It's that weird, birds, they have that, like, their feathers make them seem bigger than they really are.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Try to poke an owl and your finger goes in, like, 5 inches.
Owls are all leg.
Mm-hmm.
That is
They'd make fantastic showgirls.
Yep. Gideon, you're up.
I'm in melee now, right?
Yes, I believe one flew down, because one flew down to attack you,
So,
and one flew down to attack Zonimus, and the other one is up fighting with Poppy's vulture.
so putting away the revolver, pulling out my rapier, and attacking.
Okay.
First attack, 13.
13 will hit.
Okay, let's go ahead and add a first level smite to this.
Oh, okay.
14 points damage.
Oof, ouchie.
Second attack,
Okay.
a 12.
Will hit.
Let's add another first level smite. 8.
8. Okay. Yeah, you hit this creature what good, but it is still up.
Darn. Okay.
Still up and rowdy. Poppy, you and your vulture.
Vulture boy, tell him. I'm gonna have him attack his harpy that he's got up there. We'll see if it works. It's only a 12. dice is rolling a lot of sixes.
Yeah, I'm about to say a 12 will hit though.
Okay, so he's gonna do 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then I am going to stay. I'm still on wildfire. I have been. If I rode over to where Gideon is, could I reach the one that's attacking him, or am I too small?
On top of wildfire, you could do it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go try to just stab him with my regular scimitar.
Stab in the foot.
Let me switch over, because that is a different modifier. Oh. It's only an 8.
Yeah.
I missed.
Yeah, wildfire just like overshoots you just a little bit.
Yup. That's my turn.
All right, and what a turn. All right, back to the Harpies. So Harpy the first is going to go after Gideon once again. The claws are going to be a 16.
Yes.
The club is going to be a natural 20.
Harpy's awesome.
She's pretty bad.
But the damage was absolutely atrocious for 3 points
Oh, wow.
of bludgeoning. Yeah.
Across your neck, but it's just a flesh wound.
Yeah. Alright, so Zonimus, the one that is fighting with you. That is only a 10 on the claws. And then a 11 on the club. And so the one that is facing off against your vulture puppy.
Yeah.
That will be a 10 on the claws.
Misses.
And then a 21 on the claws.
Definitely hits.
Alright. That will be 5 points of bludgeoning.
He's still up. He's a hardy vulture.
He's a hardy little vulture.
Math, though.
Math is hard.
Use your fingers.
I did.
Your little halfling fingers.
Alright, Makrin.
All right, so Makrin's sitting in the driver's, seat of the cart. How far away is Zonimus and his harpy and Gideon and his harpy? Are they 10, 15 feet away?
Probably about 10 feet away, because Gideon was pretty close to the cart, and I imagine that you guys might be a little farther ahead of Zonimus, since you had been magically compelled to move closer to the harpy. Zonimus, I'm picturing, is probably like 30 feet a dead ways.
Like my head.
Awesome. And then the one in the air is harpy number 5, and it's like 20 feet ahead, but 10 feet above.
Yeah,
me?
about 30 feet ahead.
30 feet, okay.
Over top.
All right.
Fighting with this vulture.
Very cool. So,
You just hear like all the screeching, like the feathers are raining down as the pair of them go at it.
So I was looking to see if there's anybody that wasn't necessarily in combat, but there's not. So
There's a sack hopping around in the back that's not involved in the combat.
What was that? Behind me. Nope. Okay, anyway. He's going to use advantage that he cast last round, the time before we were here. And
Yeah, that true strike.
Yep. And then pop both of his throwing hammers off of the rings on his belt and throw them one after the natural 20.
Heck yeah.
So that's a total of 18 points of damage with the one fighting the vulture.
The one fighting the vulture, 18. Okay.
And then the other one, I think, misses because it was an 11.
An 11 hits exactly.
All
All right, hot diggity dog. And that would be another 6 points of damage.
6. Okay. That might be enough. Yeah, that is plenty enough to down that harpy.
Sweet. And then he will jump off the cart onto the ground.
Alrighty. So there are 2 harpies remaining. One fighting Gideon, one fighting Zonimus. Again, it would be the jackalope's turn, but it seems that the jackalope has just decided that it's going to take its chances, just hunkering down underneath the cart. And Zonimus, you're up.
I'm going to take the disengage action for a bonus and use my movement to get to Gideon.
Okay.
And I am going to thrust steel into the one that's in front of him.
Okay.
And that is for 21.
Oh, yeah, that'll hit.
And then because Gideon's there,
Sneaky.
Nicely done.
22 points of damage.
That is a dead harpy. So, Gideon, there is but one harpy remaining, and it is that away.
It is now in ranged attack. So I drop my rapier and I pull out my revolver
Rest the
and
barrel on my shoulder.
yeah, exactly.
You come up behind it.
Unfortunately, only a 9.
Only
so,
that's gonna miss.
Second attack,
As a paladin, you get 2 attacks around now. That's awesome.
15.
15 will hit.
9 points.
9. Okay. You shoot this harpy, and it is very, very bloody now. So we will roll into a Poppy.
So Vulture's still fighting one, right?
No, that one actually
one's
was
dead?
dropped by one of McBride's hand axes.
Sweet. So there's 2 left.
Nope.
One.
There's 1 left. Just this one.
Just the single harpy.
Okay, I guess he's gonna come join the fight down here. 13.
Okay, that'll hit.
12.
12. Okay.
Piercing damage.
All right, so your vulture kind of goes into like a dive bomb mode, where like the wings folded back, and then bam, right into the back of this harpy, and plummets it into the ground, killing it.
Sweet.
So then this fey vulture just begins to like pick at the dead carcass.
That's awesome.
Does the harpy have, like, I know mythologically speaking, harpies are really gross and stinky. Is this harpy really gross and stinky? There's a point to this question, I promise.
So these harpies do seem to be like very vulture-y. They have the body, legs, and wings of a vulture with the torso, arms, and head of a woman. So yeah, you kind of get the sense that these things tend to like to roll in the rotting stuff.
Okay, never mind.
Pretty nasty.
I was going to get a feather for my hat. I do not want none of them feathers. But I'm going to leave the vulture. He is up for an hour. And he can give us a caca if there's any kind of, if he spots anything else. So just going to send him up and kind of loop. And I'm going to lean down to look underneath the cart and give a little hello. It's all safe.
My image is that you hear all of us come down from our horses and from the wolf and slowly bend down and look underneath this cart at what I had always thought was a mythological creature. Attacked by mythological creatures.
I had a dream about a thing like that.
I remember, I think I had that same dream.
Yeah.
You guys are spending too much time together if you're sharing dreams.
Only I was Zonymous. That didn't make any sense. Anyway, is that what is it, Gideon?
I think we have a jackalope.
I'm so very excited.
Yeah, this little jackalope is just hunkered down, and it has this very, sandy colored fur so that it can blend in with its surroundings. A little bit larger than your average, prairie jackrabbit, and with just the pronghorns of, just a pronghorn antelope. As it's just sitting there and looking, with big, big brown eyes looking at you all. Just chest heaving as it's breathing.
Can I reach into our rations and just pull out something that's non-meat?
I really wish I'd talked to animals today.
I know. And I'll just toss it in front of it so let it know we're friendly. We're not here to hurt it.
It very, very slowly, leans forward and sniffs at the offering, and then
I don't think this would work.
picks it up and starts nibbling.
Now that I'm currently looking at a jackalope. Can I wild shape into a jackalope?
Are they magical
Or
creatures?
is it because I can only do animals?
So, yes, the jackalope is a fey creature. They are not a beast.
So I try real hard and nothing happens. Guys, this thing is just too magical. I can only turn into regular animals. So
If anyone would like to, you can give me a history or arcana check.
Cool.
my
That's
book.
basically what I did.
Yeah.
I think this means we're on the right trail.
I think so.
Wasn't 15 is my history, and they have both have +4. So history and arcana.
Okay.
Whichever one sounds better.
Muckern rolled a modified 21 on his arcana.
Okay.
You've been reading my book.
I evidently sent it.
So yes, so the thing about the jackalope. Tales of the jackalope are linked directly with tales of Sneaky Coyote. It is said that these are beloved creatures of Sneaky Coyote, and that anyone who helps one tends to receive good luck.
We all just kind of helped him.
Can you guys tell that to us?
Yeah, I passed that.
Well, we certainly could use
with-
some luck.
With a 15, would I know that they like whiskey?
Oh yes.
Zonimus, give me your place.
I was already on my way to, but I didn't want to meta that dream too much. Yeah, I'll take a swig and then throw it at
I
you.
was gonna say, Zonimus has halfway to his mouth, and then he's like, passes it over.
I get my cup out of my bag and I put some of the whiskey in it and I put it down on the ground and motion that the jackalope can have.
Oh, yes, immediately, like, as soon as it can smell the alcohol in the air, that little nose just starts twitching and it hops out a little closer and sticks its little nose right into the cup and just starts lapping up that whiskey and then looks up at you all and in a humanoid voice, but just seems to be just probably some random guy out on the prairie. You just hear, well, thank you, stranger.
We were all tucked underneath the wagon, paying no attention to our surroundings.
I'm just going to smirk at it.
Yeah, it just comes directly
from the jackalope.
From the jackalope.
Oh, not behind us or anywhere.
Yeah, no, because they can mimic.
I'm just smirking at I think it's funny.
Steaming whistles, it can talk.
Steaming whistles, it can talk. Oh.
I'm just the big eyeball wow emoji right now.
I grab my animal book out of my bag and start adding notes.
Can you understand us?
Can you understand us?
I don't think it can.
Oh, it's more than just a mimic, like a...
Can you understand us?
I'm going to
Like
look
a
at it and
parrot?
say Jubilee.
And it looks back up at you with these big brown understanding eyes. And in a sultry voice that you do recognize. Oh, they'll never find the shrine. They were depending on its hidden location.
We hear that in Jubilee's voice.
In Jubilee's voice.
I'm going to motion for my flask back.
I give it
I'm going to take another one of those Tritos out of my pocket and pour a whiskey on it and give it to the jackalope.
Yes, it did very happily
And I'm going to...
accept your offering.
Can you show us?
It scurries out from underneath the wagon, starts hopping off from the direction it came,
Horse.
and then gets about, a good 30 feet away, and then sits, looks back at you.
All right. Mount up.
It's expecting you to follow.
Okay.
Oh, wait, my hammers. I gotta get my hammers.
We're looking in the weeds. Sweet.
I will mount up and meet up with the jackalope. Hurry up.
All right.
I'm coming.
Let's...
All right. So you set off once again, this time being led by this cute, adorable widow jackalope as it bounds along ahead of you all, faster than the horses can go. Every time you think you lose sight of it, like, it does stop and, like, kind of looks back and makes sure you're still following.
We also have the vulture for an hour.
Oh, very nice.
Well, it takes,
I'd say so for the first little bit.
yeah, for the first little while, you do have that vulture who's kind of doing overwatch for you. But as the afternoon wears on, eventually, the pillars come into sight. And these are a series of these very tall, windswept rocks. And they're all fairly tightly packed together, so that way, you're not sure if it was maybe like one entire rock formation that has been weathered down over the years by wind and rain and, whatever.
Like Wile E. Coyote kind of landscape.
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, so it has that very kind of that sandstone rock where you can see all the exposed layers. But looking at this, you notice that it has kind of a series of little crevices and caverns that you can't really take the horses in there, but you can walk. And the jackalope does sit at the entrance of one of these caverns and kind of looks back at you expectantly.
I will meet up with the jackalope.
Should I leave Wildfire to keep an eye?
We're going to have to tie everything up to the cart, so let's leave Wildfire here to
Because
guard
worst
it.
case scenario, Wildfire can run in and find us.
He can guard the horses.
And he can bark very loud, so
He can howl. He's a freaking wolf.
Exactly. He'll let us know if something bad goes on.
I'm picturing very gloss mountain.
I will help you to tie up the horse and cart while I am speaking aloud how we have arrived at the pillars and then we're going into this entrance, etc., etc. As I make my way to the back of the cart, tying a rope off, I'll say, "Are you in or out?"
Of course I'm going, Zonimus. What are you talking about?
Get the little burlap sack.
I feel like sometimes
Opens up
Zonimus
a
is talking
smidge
to
and
his
you
inner demons.
See the face
I
pop
don't know.
out.
He does talk to himself sometimes.
I'm going to go pour some more whiskey on some more Trito and drop the Trito in front of the jackalope. And then I'm going to start unscrewing my flask. Does it go straight for the Trito? Or does it know enough to wait now?
So do you drop the Trito without the whiskey on it, or?
Right, I'm gonna set it down and then stand up and pull it out and start.
Yeah, as soon as it sees the flask, it's just
Okay, so
its little bunny lips.
I'll pour some whiskey over the Trito, and I'm gonna stay low. And when he starts to nibble at it, I'm gonna try and just give it a rub with the edge of my thumb.
Little scritch
Yeah.
behind. Yeah.
With your sneaky coyote arm, you show listen, I have
Nope,
credentials.
that one's pouring the whiskey.
Yeah. The jackalope leans pretty happily into your little, the little back leg.
I want to be friends with the jackal.
I touched the jackal.
I touched
No one will believe you.
The fur is incredibly soft, like cloud soft.
Good, fine hat. All right. So what are we standing in front of? A doorway? You said entryway? Is it?
It's basically just it's a natural crevasse into this rock formation.
I'm looking down at the jackalope. Is it going to continue leading on, or is?
Yeah, it hops into the area.
We'll keep following it.
Here we go.
Are we going to try and be stealthy in here?
I think so.
Ooh, wait,
Yeah.
did I stock that today? We're about to find out. I did.
All right.
Pass without check.
Pass without trace.
If there was some time during the ride as we were coming over, Coughran says to Gideon, so it was mimicking until it was totally Jubilee's voice.
No, I think it mimics, but it's still a fey creature, so it's probably got a little bit of intelligence, so it understands, but it probably only can communicate in its mimic.
For sure.
Again, Coughran, you have heard the tales.
Yes.
So they are supposed to be blessed by Sneaky Coyote. So that may have something to do with it. It's intelligent enough to be able to mimic voices, and it can run through its mental list of things that it's heard, but it can't speak itself.
Yes. I relate that to that thought process back to Gideon.
I once met a Kinku in Venturis who kind of talked the same way. They never really talked for themselves, they always mimicked. But whenever they mimicked, it was always something like you would understand there was kind of communication, but they never really used their own words so much. It was someone else's.
They're mimicking in context.
Exactly. It's kind of like Bumblebee.
Bumblebees can't talk. You guys ready to go?
Bees?
Well, I'm just wondering if they're going to mention the secret temple, if it's talking about the one we found or if another one.
Well, can you repeat what that said?
I should have phrased it differently, but you heard Jubilee basically saying, we'll head for the hidden shrine. And it wasn't the word temple, it was specifically shrine.
Okay.
No, they're probably hiding there.
Okay. All right, let's head on in and stealthily.
Yeah. I pass without trace this.
I have a 20 without rolling.
So,
Well, we might want to roll
the
to balance out the rest of us just in case.
I am the knight. And then 16 on the die, so 36.
But 30.
Huh?
30.
30,
31.
31.
I was proud of my 18, so.
Well, remember you get to add 10 and you get your edge stealth.
Oh, for pass without.
Pass without
Yeah.
trace.
Oh, fantastic. So 28 then.
There you go.
Okay. Let me just double check
I didn't
something here.
realize that was a group effect.
Yeah. As long as you stand within 30 feet of me.
Yeah, it's an AoE.
It's why pass without traces.
It's the good kind of AoE.
One of the best.
Are you mad that I hit you with that AoE too?
No, that was fine. That was great.
This is the best AoE ever. What are you talking about?
Howdy friends, Michael Cross here, taking just a few moments away from Red Dirt DnD, asking you to become a patron of this podcast. Your support means we can add a lot of extra niceties to the show in the form of artwork and music, as well as supporting our cast and crew. Patrons get early access to content as well as bonus material, along with access to our Discord server. You can even get an invite to monthly Q&A sessions and DM classes, maybe even a 2-hour game session with our very own Dungeon Master, Ash King. We have 6 different monthly levels to choose, ranging from $5 to $100. Head over to patreon.com/reddirtdnd right now to show your support for this new podcast. Now, back to Tales from the Caliban Frontier.
The jackalope continues hopping along and then comes to a stop at what appears to be a cave entrance.
Check it out for stability. Modified 19.
Yeah, it's fine. And When I say a cave entrance, I don't really mean a cave entrance. It's more like you guys were kind of walking through these tunnels that had, basically the roof was very tall and very kind of closed in, so it was very dimly lit.
Yes.
However, this seems to be like the center of this area, and it is actually open up to the sky. So you have all this bright sunlight that is shining down onto 4 figures, one of which is familiar to you. You see...
Only one?
Only one.
Okay.
Yeah. You see Jubilee, who currently is lying prone on the sands.
And I put my hand on
So we're gonna hold him back.
on his shoulder.
Yeah, it looks to be...
I grab a hold of his belt loops and just dig my heels in.
You see standing over them are the 3 individuals that you had been informed of. 2 humans. The third, a bit of a beanpole of a tiefling, who, at a quick glance, you can kind of see there's a family resemblance there between Jubilee and this particular tiefling. And he leans down, or kneels down, kind of, oh my, Juby.
They don't like that.
You can only protect them for so long. I mean, it was kind of stupid of you to do that in the first place. What'd you think you were gonna do? Lure us out here? You ain't got the talent. So, where are they? And Jubilee lifts themselves up a little bit to turn their face to this other tiefling. And, my dear sweet Anarchy, go to hell. What would you all like to do?
Sounds like we're rolling for initiative.
Wait,
Well, no.
I could become very small and go do some recon.
Okay.
Or we could go in guns blaze.
And a couple questions. Is Jubilee tied up?
No, not currently.
Is Jubilee injured?
Very.
I mean, I could heal her if I was within 60 feet of her.
Yeah.
He said,
But they're probably going to notice
They
that.
would notice that. Is there anything we want to do without go? I don't know if just turning into a small animal is going to do you much good.
Like a spider. I could sneak in and figure out what's going on.
Well, we're listening to them, so we know what's going on.
I mean, you can kind of get a gist of what's going on, just in terms of like, there's
don't
Jubilee
like
on the
rushing
floor, on the sandy floor of this large.
What if I turn into a... Oh, never mind. There's this big open skyline.
No,
How far away
now
are
turning into I'm all over the idea of you
I could turn into a bear.
that'll work. I'd rather you turn into something large and killable than
I want to pick up the jackalope and walk backwards a little bit and hold the jackalope face to face, look very serious, and clearly say, "Don't worry, Jubilee, I got you." And then sneak back up and set the jackalope down and just wait.
Looks up back at you, and then it pops out.
Think fast. What are we doing?
Okay, I've got my rope of entanglement out.
Okay.
If we can get a surprise round in, I would like to get the tiefling.
So as you're watching this jackalope, it figures that this is probably the best time to use one of its abilities.
what?
Yes.
And before your eyes, the jackalope completely disappears. And you just see, you can barely
there
see
little bunny
the hint of paw prints in the sand as it hops forward. And as apparently Anarchy, this tiefling, stands back up and delivers another pretty brutal kick into, Jubilee's stomach, causing them to collapse forward once again, just curling around themselves, trying to avoid further harm to any vital organs. You thought you could get away. And you thought that we wouldn't find out. And you thought that you could continue to protect that little bit of nothing. None of this has to happen, Juby. Just tell me where she went.
I'm so sorry.
Do it,
I'm running out.
Do it.
I'm right here. Stop hurting them.
Can I act?
And I'm going to act as soon as she does. As soon as she moves forward.
Let's just roll.
Well, yeah, so let's roll initiative, guys.
One initiative.
Yes!
My jackalope didn't go off.
That was awesome. That was a fantastic idea.
I can't. It's my fault.
Maybe you can make a wisdom check not to.
No, I have to save. I can't let Jubilee get hurt because of me.
But let the bunny go out and say something first.
No, my heart hurts.
That anarchy guy said to her, you think you were going to lure us out here. That's exactly what she did.
Yeah,
She lured him away from town.
I know. And now she's getting hurt.
Zonimus.
23.
Nice.
Gideon.
15.
Jealous.
Nice.
Modified 19.
19.
You guys have such great
All right.
attention.
Poppy.
17.
17.
I got the lowest.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than the bad guys.
What
Yay!
did the jackalope get? Maybe it rolled high enough to do a thing.
Also, Connor's around here somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they will participate. Maybe not. Who knows?
They're just. He's
Connor
just gonna watch and laugh.
He's sitting over
He's just
there
gonna
on a
watch
rock
and
with some
laugh.
popcorn.
I
Yeah.
wanted to say.
He'll get involved if he has to get involved. So, the scene that you see before you. Dear beloved Jubilee is laying on the sands. Blood having been spilled, lip cracked, black eye, not looking too hot. A other tiefling, dressed in dark duster, very kind of low-cut, open, button-up shirt, again with the wickedest smile you have ever seen, almost slightly unnatural, balances a dagger on one finger. Well. Seems like the prey has finally come.
Just stop hurting them. Jubilee didn't do. They were only. Just stop.
You don't know Jack Diddley Squat, little Poppy. Your daddy's been missing you something fierce, and he sent me all the way out here to find you and bring you home.
Just leave Jubilee alone. You have me. You don't need them anymore.
Oh, I know. I could just leave him out here for the vultures. Zonimus, you're up first.
Who is speaking to Poppies? Is the
Anarchy.
it's the
The tiefling.
I'm flicking a card at Anarchy, and 9 to 26.
26? Yeah.
The card came up 7 points of damage,
Ooh.
and then I get 7 temporary HP,
Okay.
and then I'm going to shoot it.
Anarchy curses in Infernal.
16.
16 will not hit.
Kidoki.
Yeah, you get the card going and it flicks him across the cheek.
Where?
And then as you're pulling out your revolver to shoot, he kind of steps off to the side. Oh, now this is gonna be fun.
I'm going to holster my gun as I walk right up to him. Where is everybody? I mean, Jubilee's in the sand, and then he's there.
Yeah, he's like,
He's always the closest to Kicker.
yeah. You've got the two, like his two goons are kind of off to the side, flanking.
About how far apart from each
Is
other are
Jubilee an enemy of Anarchy?
Yes, but at this point, Jubilee is basically incapacitated.
she's not posing any threat.
Down
Yeah,
on the ground.
not a threat.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're laying
Yeah.
prone. Basically,
So I'm sorry. So Jubilee, and then he's standing there, and then
and then like you got the two goons kind of to the sides.
I'm just getting in his face. Done.
All right. Yeah, you see the glint of the fangs and just the absolute
I see the fear in his eyes.
no
Really?
fear.
All right.
Makron.
So, how far apart are the two goons?
Oh, we'll give them about 15 feet between the two of them.
Okay, I need one of the goons to make a DC 14 or better strength save as a earthen hand comes up out of the ground and reaches for his ankle.
I'll be a 12.
So he is now restrained with
Okay.
Maximilian's Earth's Graph. And Makrin taps into, let's call them sorcery points, and twins the spell, and the other one comes up with a DC 14
And these are the two goons?
on the two goons.
All right, so both goons are currently restrained.
Yes. I believe the little lady said let him go.
And I step out into that edge of light, maybe like 10 feet away from the entrance where we were at or whatever. So
Poppy.
Going to go straight to Jubilee. I'm going to stand between Jubilee and Anarchy. I'm going to cast a spell.
All right.
I'm going to cast a 3rd level healing word
Okay.
on Jubilee. I'm just going to give them 9 back. I'm going to kind of put one hand protectively in front of Jubilee and kind of one hand on Zonimus's elbow and say, there's no need to continue to hurt people. You have your prize. I'll go with you. And, yeah, that's my move.
All right.
I give Zonimus a pat on the elbow and say, take care of Wildfire for me. And kind of just look like, yeah, I'll go. You know what I mean?
All right.
I forgot a little something.
There's damage.
Forget
isn't
some
there?
damage.
Whenever
forgot
that
damage,
grab
yeah.
happens, yeah. So one of them takes 8 points of damage, the other takes 10.
Okay.
Sorry.
Those goons are hurt.
All right.
Good job, Bobby.
Okay. Well, so that was your turn. We still have Gideon's turn before Anarchy can go.
And Poppy has just told Anarchy, I will go with you. And I look at Poppy and I say, in a pig's eye. And I throw the rope of entanglement at
Ooh. All right.
DC 15 dexterity check.
Okay. And do I get to use my acrobatics or athletics on that?
It says strength or dexterity check. Neither.
Okay. That's fine. I just wanted to double check. Let's see here. Anarchy is a slippery boy with a 20. He looks down and he's like, oh, I know that trick.
Okay.
And whips around so that way he's like back to back with you, Zonimus.
And I will bonus action, look at him, and I will say, you fight me now. Casting Compelled Duel.
Oh my gosh.
That one is a wisdom save.
19.
Both the things just failed on this dude. Okay.
Yeah, Anarchy just like tilts his head, looks at you, and is, I might just do it anyway, just 'cause it sounds like fun.
Okay, that was it for me. Darn. Darn.
That was a good idea.
Anarchy. So, Poppy, seems to me your friends are not willing to let you go. So what am I going to have to do?
We're just gonna leave. You're not gonna hurt them. And they're gonna let us leave.
Are they? Are they really? As he looks at Zonimus over his shoulder and then looks back at Gideon. Back to you, little one.
They don't want to hurt me, and they know it would hurt me to be the reason that they suffered anything, and they're gonna be stubborn and a little bit arrogant and think that they can't lose. But I know my father, and he don't pick losers. I know that you're powerful, and if you want something enough, you'll find a way to get it, and this is your way to get it. So, let's go.
He holds out his hand to you.
I don't think we're on a hand-holding basis.
Just call it insurance.
Hold his hand.
He's going to take the disengage action as a bonus action. He just pulls you close to his side, one hand on your shoulder, and walking very carefully. Gives Gideon a look, Zonimus a look, looks back over to Makrin. Oh, how about you let my boys go too? They're gonna help me escort this lovely little lady back home. You wouldn't want this beautiful little lady to get hurt, would you?
I sure wouldn't, but I also know that little lady's learned a few things about living. Poppy, you're in charge of your own life. You don't have to do that. Don't go back to that.
Can I do an insight check on Poppy?
I'm not sure what you would glean from
Well,
Poppy,
I'm
or
trying
what are you trying
to
I think
see.
he's
Are we
probably
missing the
trying.
I
signal
think
here?
I'm
She's
trying.
serious.
I'm trying to see if she's bluffing and she's got an ulterior motive with this thing. Now,
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
And then we'll see what Poppy tells you.
yeah. It's only a 10.
Only a 10.
She legitimately just cannot see other people hurt because of her.
Oh well, then that changes everything I'm doing. I'm kicking their butts. I thought maybe she might have something going on, but yeah.
We'll get over it.
Anarchy escorts Poppy 30 feet to the
No. Hold on. I'm sorry. God.
He's a softie.
The two veterans are going to try to pull free.
Yes.
The goons are going to try to pull free of the earthen grasp. One got a 16.
He's loose.
Okay. The other only got a 7.
Okay.
So, one pulls free and kind of jogs over to put himself between you guys and Poppy and Anarchy.
I would say,
And the other one is like still struggling to get free.
take care of Jubilee. They need your help.
Zonimus has honestly had his hat on and his head down looking at the ground since Poppy first started talking. Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
I'm going to say, I know you're more powerful than you let on, and I have no idea why you have chose me. But Connor, I need you to do everything you can to stop him from walking out of here. And I'm going to throw another card. And that is 30 plus 7, 20. Does that hit? Yes. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 20 will hit.
And then it is, so it's the blade. It's roll your sneak attack damage and add it to your razor card's damage. And at the start of the next turn, the target takes damage equal to the sneak attack.
Okay.
So, 19 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pull up my pistol. 23.
Oh, yeah.
7 more.
7 more. Anarchy is bloodied, but he does, like,
Poppy.
force Poppy behind him so that he takes the full brunt of whatever.
Okay. Poppy, you got him. Oh, do I have a move action?
Yeah, that's so good, buddy.
Sure thing. I will take the hit from the guy who's standing between us, too.
Okay.
He can certainly try.
Depending on which one it is, he may not be able to get. See, it's restrained.
Well, but
No,
there's
that's
one of
the
the
one that
veterans that
moved.
got free,
that
and
got
he's in
free, so I
between.
didn't know which one
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
He moved in between.
Yeah, he is
us
going
and-
to swing with a longsword. Oof, with a natural 20.
All right.
That'll be 10 points of slashing.
Okay. Uncanny dodge down to 5, which just takes away from my tip hit points. I look great and keep walking.
Makron.
So he is not going to release the one that is still there. And so that guy takes another 8 points of damage as I squeeze him.
Okay.
So twin spell means that the two, basically you get a bounce effect and they both happen.
Mm-hmm.
In normal Maximilians, if they get loose and I keep my concentration, I can just go to re-grab again.
Mm-hmm.
So does that work on the twinned part? It reads like it works exactly like it.
Sure.
Okay, so the one that got loose, another hand comes up out of the ground to grab the goon that got loose
Okay, yeah, he fails.
and takes 5 points of damage.
Okay. That will bring us to Poppy. It's your move.
And Makrin, if he can, steps over in front of the entry.
Okay.
Poppy, you don't have to do this.
When he pushed me behind him, did he let go of my hand?
No, he's got like an iron grip on your shoulder.
So I cannot do, can I do somatic elements?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's not, like, you're not considered incapacitated because he's counting on you playing nice.
Right.
If not, he's got some nice, sharp, pointy daggers.
Yeah. I'm going to step to the side, like stand next to him, because he pushed me kind of behind him, so I'm gonna stand next to him.
Okay.
And how close did Zonimus end up to us?
Pretty sure he's right back in Anarchy's face.
Because he went 30 and I went 30.
So she just looks up at you, and she's got tears just down her face, but she doesn't look like she's standing almost like uncomfortably tall. It's not like casual, loose, like she's back in lady mode, for lack of a better term, and she's going to just look at you and say, "I'm sorry." And she's casting Thunder Wave on you to push you back. So I need a con saving throw.
Do I feel like I'm just in the crossfire, or am I being targeted? You need a what?
Con saving throw.
It would probably be, it would be Zonimus, and it would be the
what that
veteran
is.
who's right there.
But not on him?
No,
Not
because I
him.
stood.
If she's in line with him and the spell is coming from
out
her.
from me. That's why
Yeah.
I moved next to him. My spell save DC is 14.
I failed.
Oh, so you're pushed 10 feet back.
Yeah, that uncanny dodge thing.
Can you dodge stop that?
No, that's only Dex.
Yeah.
And
You get half damage.
only on his turn.
I've already used it.
Evasion.
9 damage, and you're pushed 10 feet back. And I'm going to turn as if we're going to walk towards the door and say, Coughran, move. We're leaving and nobody else is getting hurt. And I'm going to remind Zonimus, I told you to take care of Jubilee. They need you.
Jubilee's not in someone's grip being dragged out of here right now.
I'm not being dragged, I'm walking.
Gideon.
I'm real confused as to what's going on. I yell out, Poppy, is this really what you want?
Doesn't matter what I want. I don't want anyone else to get hurt, and this is how nobody else gets hurt.
You hurt her. It doesn't matter what she wants. Get him, Gideon.
Gideon, we can't let him take her.
It
Okay.
doesn't matter what she wants.
I am going to...
For those of you at home, the look of consternation on Michael Cross's face right now.
holster my weapon
All right.
and start tying up one of the guys that...
Okay, fine. You can have him.
Did you use the rope?
Well, no, much regular rope.
Okay, gotcha.
So, as Anarchy turns to once again begin escorting you out of the cavern, before he can take any further steps out, you just hear a quiet, "Hey, Smoothskin, check this out." And dropping from invisibility at the mouth of the cave, you see this adorable little kobold. What? Who has just cast Dragon's Breath.
They did say adorable. I'm pushed 10 feet away.
I know.
What about me?
Connor is managing to angle it so that way you are out of the blast. All right. So, that is a fail!
I like that Ash is rooting against themselves now. This is fantastic.
Yes.
All right, so that is 3d6 worth of... And we're going to go with lightning. As you see glinting in the sunshine, Connor is a very brassy color.
Yes, he is.
That little
That makes me
Thundercrack baby.
happy.
And that will be 8 points. Not enough to down Anarchy, but definitely enough to give him quite the electric shock. Where did y'all get a kobold?
I don't rightly know.
And at this point, Anarchy is going to heft you up around the waist. He is
This is
taking
very undignified.
disengage as his bonus action, dash as his actual action. So he is booking it out of here.
As he leaves my threatened square.
Disengage.
Disengage.
Oh, disengage, you said. Dang it.
And this, unfortunately, my friends, is where we have to end for this session.
Red Dirt D&D, Tales from the Caliban Frontier, is Ash King as our Dungeon Master, Brooke Bullock as Coughran Stoneshaper, Johnny Payne as Zonimus Dinar, Kiri Hester as Poppy Tealeaf, and I'm Michael Cross as Gideon Block. Our sound producer is Mark Coughran. Our theme music was created by the cinemagician P.J. Castillo. Our incidental music comes from Jeffrey McBride. Our sound effects and additional music courtesy of tabletopaudio.com. We here at Red Dirt D&D could really use your help in getting the word out about us. If you like what you've heard, make sure and subscribe, rate us, and leave a comment. Also, tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D and share us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and RedDirtDnD.com. You can also support the show at Patreon.com/RedDirtDnD. We have several giving levels to help us grow up big and strong. Join us next time as we go deeper into the Caliban Frontier.